Hello and a very good evening. You're watching Verdict 2017 on Rajya Sabha Television with me, Frank Pereira. Here are today's Verdict headlines. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav slams the BJP for Achhed and promises, says Mulayam will be the most respected leader after the Samajwadi Party wins the polls. Complaint filed against Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar for alleged violation of Model Code of Conduct, says let Election Commission investigate first. All eyes on the church ahead of the elections in Goa. Reaction on the government's demonetization move likely to hold the key to deciding the poll. Well, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav on Tuesday said that if the Samajwadi Party gets elected in the state, Party Supremo Mulayam Singh Yadav will be respected the most. Addressing a rally in Jalesar in Etah district, the SP leader slammed the BJP for not delivering on its promise of Achhed.
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav once again reiterated the role his father plays in the Samajwadi Party, insisting that if the Samajwadi Party gets elected, Mulayam Singh will be the most respected man. Akhilesh claimed his government's development works exceeded his manifesto promises.
पहले तो हम ही और आप चर्चा कर रहे थे, गली मोहल्ले में चर्चा चल रही थी कि हाँ समाजवादी पार्टी का काम अच्छा है, सही दिशा में ले जा रही है समाजवादी पार्टी। लेकिन अब तो जितने भी सर्वे आ रहे हैं और जितने भी टीवी हैं, अब तो सब बोल रहे हैं कि अगर कोई सरकार उत्तर प्रदेश में बनने जा रही है तो साइकिल और हाथ के साथ बनने जा रही है।
Akhilesh charged the Modi government with not delivering on its promises, stating that people are now asking where are the Achhed. He also alleged that the BJP had copied the SP's manifesto.
लाइन में लग करके लोगों की जान तक चली गई। मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ उस काले धन का आंकड़ा कौन देगा? कोई आंकड़ा दे सकता हो तो बता दे हमें काले धन का। हमारे गरीब और हम लोग तो जानते ही नहीं कभी-कभी कि काला क्या है सफेद क्या है। हमारे गरीब ने, मजदूर ने, किसान ने कमाया और बैंक में रख दिया और ये समझता है कि अगर हमने बैंक में रख दिया तो हमारा पैसा सुरक्षित भी है और ये सफेद पैसा है। लेकिन बीजेपी के लोग कहते हैं कि नहीं, जो कुछ पैसा है वो काला है।
Uttar Pradesh will go to polls in 7-phase elections between February 11th to March 8th. Out of the 104 assembly seats, the Congress will contest 105 seats and the Samajwadi Party is fielding candidates in 298 constituencies. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Meanwhile, in a new twist to the feud in the Yadav clan, senior Samajwadi Party leader Shivpal Singh Yadav today announced that he will float a new party after March 11th. Earlier in the day, however, Shivpal clarified that he is still contesting the polls on the Samajwadi Party's ticket from Jaswant Nagar. Even after the Akhilesh-led faction won rights to the cycle symbol, Shivpal didn't comment on the newly formed alliance.
से जिसको जहां से टिकट मिला है वहां से चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं और ये पहले तो हम अपना चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं 19 तारीख तक 19 तारीख तक सोचेंगे 19 के बाद जो बुलाएगा जो हमारा समर्थक होगा उस पर हम विचार।
Meanwhile, Samajwadi Party MLA Ravidas Mehrotra and Congress leader Maruf Khan have both filed their nomination papers from Lucknow Central constituency. Mehrotra, however, has said Khan will have to withdraw his nomination from the seat as he will contest from the seat. The tussle over contesting the Lucknow Central seat began after both the parties forged an alliance after several rounds of negotiations on seat sharing.
अखिल भारतीय कांग्रेस कमेटी के महासचिव उत्तर प्रदेश के प्रभारी आदरणीय गुलाम नबी आजाद साहब ने मुझे निर्देश दिया कि कल आप भारतीय राष्ट्रीय कांग्रेस की तरफ से लखनऊ मध्य विधानसभा के लिए नामांकन करें और अपना सिंबल पार्टी कार्यालय से सवेरे हासिल कर लें। मैं हमारे पार्टी हाईकमान ने आदेश किया है और मैं उनके आदेश के अनुसार अपना नामांकन कर रहा हूं।
अखिलेश यादव जी ने और राहुल गांधी ने जब संपर्क करके लाखों लोगों के सामने जनता से हमारे लिए वोट मांगा है और उसके बाद मैंने नामांकन किया है, मुझको सिंबल मिल गया है, मैं चुनाव लड़ रहा हूं, मैं समाज पार्टी और कांग्रेस का प्रत्याशी हूं, मैं चुनाव लड़ूंगा।
Joining me for a chat this evening on the verdict 2017 is Vandita Mishra, National Opinion Editor of the Indian Express. Welcome, Vandita, and thank you for joining me on the program. You know, as far as the alliance, the grand alliance, some call it, between the Congress and the Samajwadi Party is concerned, you know, the alliance was formed earlier, but there still seem to be some skirmishes within the alliance. And, you know, how is that really going to translate into the mood of the cadre on the ground?
The coming together was the easy part. Staying together is going to be difficult. The dividing of seats in terms of just the numbers, that, you know, 100 and what, some for the Congress and the rest for the SP, was again the easy part. Now, which seats are going to which party, that is going to be the difficult negotiation. They don't have much time. They have to get it in order because campaigning is already in full swing. Overall, I think what it does do for both of them, if they manage to pull it off, which I think they will, is that it gives the Samajwadi Party an extra small, ballast in terms of perhaps there will be less of a division in the Muslim vote if the Congress is with it. Otherwise, the Muslim vote would have been divided a little bit more. And the second part is, I think, the upper caste vote, which the Congress was actually making a go for before its alliance with the Samajwadi Party. For instance, in putting up Sheila Dikshit as naming her as the chief ministerial candidate. So for the Samajwadi Party, this would amount to some small accretions, and overall it would create perhaps a little more of an aura of winnability around Akhilesh Yadav now that he has emerged on his own.
Indeed. You know, as far as the Samajwadi Party is concerned, the flock seems to be together, at least for the moment, after the massive feud that they had over the last few months. But Shivpal Yadav, they're sending out signals saying that he's going to launch his own party after March 11th. I mean, what's happening within the Samajwadi Party at the moment?
I don't think this is a really difficult or worrying challenge for Akhilesh. You know, I had traveled through UP at the time that the war within the family was at its peak. And I can tell you that Akhilesh has stamped his authority over the party organization, over the MLAs, and even in Saifai, which is Jaswant Nagar constituency, which is the party, which is the constituency that Shivpal Yadav contests and wins from. There is loyalty to Shivpal Yadav. There is talk about him being an excellent organization man. Yet, I think there is underneath all of that the acknowledgement that the future is of the SP lies with Akhilesh. So I think these are minor eruptions which will settle down after a while. As far as the SP intern-assigned battle is concerned, I think Akhilesh has won that pretty unequivocally.
Okay. You know, let's talk about the other major player in Uttar Pradesh now, the BSP. You know, the national media hasn't been covering much of the BSP, and, you know, but the BSP has gone around doing its work, its groundwork, you know, very peacefully and very quietly. How much of a dark horse is the BSP and Mayawati in this election?
That's a very difficult question because the BSP is an extremely difficult party to cover. It's not just that the media does not make an effort to cover the BSP. I think the problem also is that the BSP shuns the media. It does not open up to itself up to the media. The BSP is very much a black box among political parties in India, and for that the reason is that Mayawati herself and then her diktat travels all the way down to the party cadre. They are told two things. One, that their party is not a party, it is a mission. And the second is that the media is tilted against them. It is Manuvadi, and to a large extent they are right in their criticism when they say that Dalits do not find place in newsrooms, that most of our media is actually not does not represent Dalits fairly. So, but because of all these reasons, what happens is that the BSP is always underestimated, and we know that Mayawati always takes a head start in terms of campaigning, in terms of also sorting out the the candidate list problems that are now going to be troublesome for the Samajwadi Party and the Congress and even the BJP. Mayawati has done that long ago. She has declared her candidates well in advance. She has started her cadre has started, forming booth level committees, fanning out, doing the mobilization work way ahead. So it's always a very difficult thing to predict what the BSP is, how the BSP is going to do, and how it is going to change the contour of the election even for the other players. I think as we go on in this campaign, it will become clearer. But what was already a little clear was that the BSP this time is trying to get its core vote, which is the Dalit, and combine it very, very strategically and very deliberately with the Muslim vote. So there was a strategy different from the strategy of the past, which was about social engineering, bringing in upper castes along with the Dalits. This time it was Muslims and Dalits. Now it remains to be seen how successful that is, but I think we will get more of a whiff of that as the campaign goes along.
Indeed. All right, Vandita, stay with us. I'm going to come back to you for another reaction ahead in the program. On that note, it's time for a short break, but we'll be right back.
Raju Ki Baoli, located in Mehroli, is considered the most ornamental of Baolis in the national capital. It was built by Daulat Khan during the reign of Sikandar Lodhi in 1516. Raju refers to masons who used it. The entire structure is subterranean, so only the topmost story is visible as the visitor approaches. Walk towards its steps and each lower level slowly reveals itself. The top floor has a row of arched niches. There are 3 levels going down with 66 steps. The Baoli complex has a 12-pillar tomb and a mosque with plaster decoration on it. Carved brackets support the chhajja below the parapet. There are rooms behind this arcade meant for shade and shelter for visitors. The Baoli combines Islamic architecture with hints of Hindu engravings and geometric designs.
The Finance Minister will present a make-or-break budget for Modi government. Arun Jaitley faces a tough task amid frenzy on note ban and GST. Will he manage to please all effort? Spend budget day with India's best minds. Budget 2017 with Rajya Sabha Television, 7 AM to 11 PM on February 1st.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television. Well, responding to a complaint filed against him for violating the Model Code of Conduct, Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar today said that the Election Commission was free to investigate complaints. The complaint followed Parrikar's comment on Sunday when he told residents of a slum near Panaji that it was okay to accept 500 rupees from candidates to attend rallies. Parrikar's comment came on a day when the Election Commission directed the state poll officials to file an FIR against Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal for making a similar statement. On Monday, Kejriwal had dared the Election Commission to take action against Parrikar. The Congress also demanded action against Parrikar.
There is not job of opposition, there is job of election commission. Let them do the inquiry and let them find out what I made comments.
Well, moving on now. Often billed as having big role in the way politics function in Goa, the church gains more importance during elections. Though it has always refrained from backing any political party, parish priests have been known to ask followers to choose certain candidates. Will these elections be any different? Here's a report.
The votes are in, and for the candidates, it's all up to God now. But if some candidates have played their cards right, the church may have already been working in their favor. It's no secret in Goa that a church plays a key role in asking followers to choose certain candidates, though priests insist that they don't back any political party or a particular candidate.
The duty to vote. Everyone has to vote. And to vote conscientiously for the right person, for the person who will really serve the interests of the population. We don't go for what party and which candidate to be voted for. In fact, there is no reference at all to any particular candidate or party. But it's only a call for the conscience and for the responsibility that one has to vote and to vote for the right person.
The Catholic Church is often said to have its influence over nearly 35% population of the state. They have a major say in celebrations and rituals of the Christian community, and it tends to spill on to politics too. The latest outburst being on the government's demonetization move.
We are not against anybody, Muslim, Catholic, nobody. We are secular party. We are for the betterment of the Goa.
Traditionally, the church is said to have backed Congress party candidates, but this time there have been instances of senior BJP leaders meeting church leaders in Panaji. Congress now believes that religion must be kept away from politics.
Think that church will have any influence in this. Our church authorities has just hinted out that they should vote it out for a good candidate. That's all. I don't think they will interfere, and in personal opinion also I feel church should not interfere.
Results of the Goa elections will be out on the 11th of March, and then we will know whose prayers have been answered. Ravindra Singh's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, the election campaign in Goa is reaching a fever pitch prior to polling on the 4th of February. While the BJP is banking heavily on Prime Minister Narendra Modi and former Chief Minister of Goa, Manohar Parrikar, Congress is trying to make a comeback in the 40-member Goa Vidhan Sabha. Our correspondent Ravindra Singh caught up with senior Congress leader and former Chief Minister of Goa, Digambar Kamath. Let's listen in.
सबसे पहली पार्टी की जीत होनी चाहिए। सब लोगों ने पार्टी को सत्ता में लाने के लिए प्रयत्न करना चाहिए। जिसके नसीब में मुख्यमंत्री पद है और पार्टी की लीडरशिप जो सोचती है आगे इलेक्शन के बाद सत्ता में आने का, वही मुख्यमंत्री बनेगा। इसलिए पहले ही दौड़ लगाए कोई फायदा नहीं है। 2007 में जब चुनाव था तो मैं मुख्यमंत्री की दौड़ में भी नहीं था, मेरा नाम चल भी नहीं रहा था और मैं तो ये भी नहीं कर रहा था। फिर भी पार्टी लीडरशिप ने, श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी ने मुझे उस वक्त पे एक मौका दिया।
क्या क्या अहम मुद्दे लगता है आपको कि 2016 के जो चुनाव 17 का चुनाव है उसमें क्या क्या अहम मुद्दे आपको लगता है इस बार है गोवा विधानसभा?
मुद्दे काफी है, मुद्दों की कमी नहीं है। बीजेपी की सरकार 2012 में जब सत्ता में आई थी तब उन्होंने लोगों से वादे किए थे, हमको सत्ता दो, हम ये वादे निभाएंगे। 5 साल में पेट्रोल का वैट जो पहले एक 8-10 दिन में उन्होंने 0% किया था, आज देखो लोगों को वादा करके चुन के आए थे हम 0% करेंगे, आज वो फिर से 20% हो गया है। अभी बोलते हैं कि हम पेट्रोल का प्राइस 60 के ऊपर गया तो कुछ करेंगे। मुझे लोगों को सब लोगों को फूल किया इन्होंने। कैसीनो मांडवी के वैसे ही है।
इस बार आम आदमी पार्टी जो है वो चुनाव में आई है, एक ये कांग्रेस की तरफ से बहुत लगातार कहा जा रहा है कि जो क्रिश्चियन वोट है उसको डिवाइड कर देने की कहीं कोशिश की जा रही है आम आदमी पार्टी की तरफ से ताकि बीजेपी को लाभ मिले।
गोवा के लोग होशियार है। आज अगर आप पूरे गोवा में घूमे तो आपको लगेगा कि इस सरकार के खिलाफ एक अंदर से एक अनहोनी तरह की एक भावना गोवा की प्रजा में है। उनको लगता है कि ये सरकार वापस नहीं आना चाहिए। उनको कौन हरा सकती है? तो उनको उनमें एक विश्वास है कि एक कांग्रेस जब अच्छी तरह से अच्छी छवि लेके अच्छी तरह से अगर आगे आए तो कांग्रेस ही इनको हरा सकती है और कोई उनको हरा सकती नहीं।
Now to Manipur, where one of the major issues for voters would be the state government's move to create 7 new districts. Most affected are the hill districts dominated by the Naga and Kuki tribes. While the Nagas are protesting in the form of an economic blockade which has paralyzed the state, a section of the Kukis are looking at its traditional rivals to take on the incumbent Congress government. Akhilesh Suman has this special report from Manipur.
Traditional rivals, the Nagas and Kukis in Manipur rarely ever end up on the same side politically. But these days, the Indigenous Kuki People's Forum or IKPF is publicly backing the stand taken by the United Naga Council to impose an economic blockade in the state which has crossed over 2.5 months. IKPF leaders say the Ibobi Singh government's decision to create new districts was ill-timed and it should have consulted all tribes including the Nagas.
Since it was a sensitive issue, government should have put on board, have a longer discussion and have a dialogue, and they should have been much more transparency, then this issue would have been resolved at the earliest. So it was necessity that they should have consulted them.
There are 10 Kuki MLAs in the assembly, while one of the 2 MPs from the state is a Kuki. But the sudden announcement of creating new districts came as a surprise, which the group sees as an attempt by the Ibobi Singh government to polarize votes to avoid an anti-incumbency backlash.
Giving 7 districts was good move by this incumbent government. They should have done 5 years, 6 years earlier than what it's supposed to be have done just around the corner of elections. So perhaps in the down corner of election they have declared these 7 districts. So probably they would like to take some political mileage also.
The Kukis have traditionally been the swing vote, hence their support towards the Nagas is being seen as a strategic move. In addition to being caught in the conflict between the Nagas and the Métis, they have been unhappy about the state of development in their villages. While they have derived some benefit from the National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, the state government has not managed to take it forward. Roads are in a bad shape and water supply in the hilly areas is an acute problem.
Water problem is here, and road problem is also there here because there is no black topping. In the rainy season, there is many muddies are here.
Although Kukis form almost 11% of the population, they don't have any particular political outfit. At present, their leaders are present in all major parties.
Kukis are generally close to Congress, but some of them are feeling that after creation of 7 new districts, the peace of the state may be hampered. And since BJP has come in the fray with full force, a new type of polarization may take place. It will be interesting to see that how Kukis respond in the election. Akhilesh Suman for Rajya Sabha Television with camera person Sutansu in Twitching Village.
That's it on this edition of Verdict 2017. Have a good evening.